Oh, yes, your favorite neighborhood candy shop, Frozen Cups and Hot Chips, is preparing a tasty bevy of guests for our fall slate of episodes. And we want to first shout out all of you for your advice, support, and love for Frozen Cups and Hot Chips and what we're doing here. And we're continuing to grow each day. And we love the fact that you're a part of it with us. All right, enough of that. So let me tell you, we've got an amazing slate of guests that are coming on for our fall release, and let me get right to it. First off, Chris Davis. He's a former Deep Creek standout in the early 90s of Deep Creek. He also was a member of Seton Hall in that vaunted Big East Conference of the early 90s. You know about that. That's the Alonzo Mourning days. You know. If you know, you know. But he's coming home, flying home, and he's also going to be sitting down with Frozen Cups and Hot Chips cameras to talk about making it out of Camelot. Of course, he's part of that Camelot celebration that we're doing. A lot of you all have been asking about it. Yes, it's still happening. He's some of those exclusive athletes, some of the many that we're going to have coming back. He was one of the first players that I could point to that I saw on TV. You know, it was him, it was Alonzo, it was a couple of other players that were on TV that you could see, that you pointed to, that knew and knew where they came from. So we're going to talk about the pressures of those early 90s, what it was like to be in the Big East and just making it out and things that he has going on. So he'll be on. Speaking of the 90s, those tumultuous 90s as a ball player, the Parade All-American, Mike Evans, he's still coming on with us. We've been trying to coordinate the schedule. I ran into him at the Seven Cities Pro-Am. Shout out at Super Eric Rogers over there. But we spoke, and we're working on the schedule. You know, he's busy. He's also the head coach over at Granby High School. So he's coming on the show to speak again about the pressures of the 90s, being a perennial player out of this Tidewater region, and what it was like those Friday nights at Booker T. Washington High School and the many games that he was a part of. One of his teammates, Chris Elliott, also a part of the Frozen Cups and Hot Chips slate. We did a show, shout out to at Vano clothing wear. Vano, make sure you get your hands on it. He is also being inducted into the Hall of Fame for that 1997 St. Aug Ball Club that won the CIAA tournament. I happened to be on the air broadcasting on behalf of Norfolk State University at that same 97 CIAA. And, you know, that St. Aug team was amazing. They're being inducted, but we're doing a part two. He's going to come on the show. So, again, just ball players, just talent, just everybody. But switching gears, another busy talent that's trying to coordinate a schedule and be on with us, Ramonta and friends. You know, they're all over the place and they're so busy, but he's gonna definitely get with us to talk about the impact that he has here in the Hampton Roads region. You know, they've been around, done a lot of big projects, Ramonta and friends, you know, quality band, and he's going to discuss some of his future projects as well. And of course, finally, we're going to sit down with the young bull, BJ Nesbit. Big shout out to his father as well. We're trying to coordinate a schedule on that. He's the feature back at Deep Creek High School, young, up and coming, extremely talented. I've been watching him for a while, as I'm sure a lot of you all have. He's going to come on to talk about his rise and growth, what it's like to be the feature back in a long tradition of great running backs. You know, I always forget some of the names, you know, Sean Mincy, Cedric Irvin, D and Sam Harrell, King Robinson, who's generally my statistician, Camelot athletic history. He always has some of the older names, but Deion Dyer also, by the way. Just a mention of a lot of ball players that held the rock for Deep Creek, but BJ is the up and coming one in the saddle. And we just want to talk about that talent because we got an eye on him. That guy's nice. But, you know, we're going to wrap up. But we got some great guests coming on. And also, we're going to talk black engineering. My guy, Jermaine Green, he's all over the world. But we're working on that one, too. It's always good to be able to look at an engineer, someone of color, to talk about what it's like to be in that realm where sometimes he's the only person that looks like him, but he holds his own. And I'm not going to mention any names finally as well, but I am talking to a couple of the dance groups. I see some of y'all out there winning these trophies and the parades, doing your thing. Frozen Cups and Hot Chips and Tidewater Terrell want to show up. I ain't trying to roll an ankle and dance, but I want to know what it's like, the competition, the science behind the dances, the choreography. Yeah, we're going to shout out the ladies too. I'm Terrell. This is Frozen Cups and Hot Chips. No one is touching what we touching. We got a lot coming. Stay tuned.